Imagine waking up every day with an unshakable sense of peace, a laser-sharp focus, and an indefatigable drive to chase your dreams. What if I told you that the secret to such an empowered life lies within you, waiting to be discovered? Today, we're going to delve into an ancient philosophy that has transformed lives across centuries and continues to be relevant even in our modern, fast-paced world. This wisdom won't just equip you with strategies to navigate life's ups and downs resiliently, but it will also unlock the boundless potential of your mind. So sit back, stay with us till the end, and get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and personal transformation. Let's step into a life where you're not just surviving, but thriving, where you don't just exist, but truly live. Let's step into the realm of the boundless. So, let's embark on this insightful journey, beginning with our first strategy, embracing the power of perspective. In our day-to-day life, we often encounter challenging situations. These moments can feel like a thunderstorm, clouding our minds with confusion and self-doubt. We might struggle, we might stumble, and sometimes we may even fall. But what if I told you that these storms aren't here to disrupt your life, but to clear your path? That's where the power of perspective comes into play. It's the lens through which we view our world, our experiences, and ourselves. It's like the glasses we wear every day. If we see through a lens tainted with negativity, we'll perceive a world filled with darkness. But if we change our glasses and peer through a lens of positivity, we'll find light even in the darkest corners. This power doesn't lie in the circumstances we face, but how we perceive them. A setback can be viewed as a roadblock or a detour leading us to a better path. A challenging task can be seen as a burden or a chance to grow stronger. It's all a matter of perspective. Let's consider an example. Imagine two artists given the same canvas, the same brushes, and the same palette of colors. One artist sees the canvas as too small, the brushes as too rigid, the colors as not vibrant enough. With this perspective, the artist struggles to create, feeling constrained and uninspired. The other artist, however, sees the same canvas as a challenge to express big ideas in a small space. The brushes are not too rigid but perfect for creating bold strokes. The colors are not dull but subtly beautiful. With this perspective, the artist creates a masterpiece, feeling invigorated and inspired. This is the difference perspective makes. The same situation, the same tools, but a completely different outcome, all because of how each artist chose to perceive their circumstances. Now, apply this to your own life. If you view your challenges as insurmountable obstacles, you'll feel defeated before you've even begun. But if you see them as opportunities to learn and grow, you'll approach them with a fighting spirit and a resilient mindset. But how do we change our perspective? The first step is awareness. Recognize when you're wearing those tinted glasses of negativity. The next step is to consciously shift your focus. Look for the silver lining in every cloud, the lesson in every loss, the opportunity in every obstacle. It's not about denying the negatives, but rather choosing to focus on the positives. And most importantly, it's about realizing that you have the power to choose your perspective. No one else can choose it for you. By embracing the power of perspective, we begin to transform our mindset. We stop being victims of our circumstances and start becoming masters of our destiny. We don't just overcome challenges, we leverage them for our growth. We begin to see that the world isn't happening to us, it's responding to us. In essence, harnessing the power of perspective is the first step towards unlocking the limitless potential within you. It's the key to transforming not just how you view your world, but how you interact with it. So swap those dark, heavy glasses for a lens of positivity, resilience, and unwavering optimism, and watch as your world transforms before your eyes. Continuing from the previous strategy, as we learn to embrace the power of perspective, the next step is to understand and practice what Stoics call dispassion. No, it's not about becoming emotionless or indifferent. It's about developing an emotional resilience that helps you remain calm and composed, regardless of the circumstances. Think about the last time you were caught in a traffic jam. Did you lose your temper, honk incessantly, or began worrying about the tasks waiting for you? Now, consider how any of these reactions affected the situation. Most likely, they didn't clear the traffic. All they did was elevate your stress levels, ruin your mood, and maybe even spoil the rest of your day. This is where the Stoic concept of dispassion comes into play. The traffic jam is an external event that's beyond your control, but your reaction to it is something you can control. By practicing dispassion, you choose not to let external factors disturb your inner peace. You accept the situation, adapt, and focus on what you can control, your response. Instead of getting worked up, you could have listened to an audiobook, called a friend, or simply enjoyed a few moments of solitude amidst the chaos. The essence of practicing dispassion is understanding that while we have no control over the external events, we have absolute control over how we react to them. This concept might seem simple, but it's extremely powerful when applied consistently in life. It's like developing a shield that protects you from the turbulence of external events and helps maintain your inner calm. Consider another scenario. Suppose you're a salesperson and you've just lost a big deal to a competitor. A natural reaction might be to feel disheartened, question your abilities, or even harbor resentment against the competitor. But practicing dispassion would mean accepting the loss, learning from the experience, and focusing on the next opportunity. It's about not letting a temporary setback cloud your vision or dampen your spirit. Whether it's a personal loss, a professional failure, or a simple daily life frustration, by practicing dispassion, we learn to uncouple our emotions from external events. It means we don't allow circumstances to dictate our feelings or state of mind. Instead, we maintain our emotional equilibrium irrespective of what's happening around us. But how do we practice dispassion? It begins with awareness. Start by observing your emotional tendencies, particularly in stressful situations. Understand what triggers negative emotions and address them rationally instead of reacting impulsively. Over time, you'll see a shift in your disposition. You'll discover a newfound equanimity that bolsters your mental strength and resilience. Practicing dispassion doesn't mean life will become devoid of problems. It means you'll become better equipped to handle them. You'll find yourself less swayed by the winds of adversity and more rooted in your values and inner peace. This Stoic strategy, when mastered, can truly unlock the limitless power of your mind. It's like taming the tempest within, bringing about a sense of balance and control that's truly empowering. Flowing seamlessly from our previous discussion on the power of perspective and dispassion, let's dive deeper into another facet of this enriching philosophy, the art of acceptance. When we talk about acceptance, it is vital to understand that it's neither about complacency nor defeat. It's about understanding the boundaries of your control and learning to thrive within them. Imagine yourself as a sailor navigating the vast expanse of the sea. You have control over the sails, the rudder, and your destination. However, you have no control over the weather, the waves, or the current. A wise sailor doesn't contend with these external elements but learns to work with them. Similarly, In life, you have complete control over your actions, your reactions, and your attitude. But certain things like the behavior of others, world events, or the cycle of life and death are beyond your immediate control. Acceptance is about recognizing this distinction between what you can change and what you can't. It's about finding peace amidst chaos by focusing on the things within your grasp. It involves redirecting your energy away from futile worries towards productive actions. For instance, consider a situation where you're stuck in traffic. No amount of irritation or impatience can clear the road ahead. However, what is within your control is how you utilize this time. You can choose to listen to a podcast, plan your day, or simply observe and appreciate the world outside your window. This is acceptance in action. Think of it as a painter working on a canvas. The painter cannot control the colors already laid down, but they can choose how to work with these existing colors to create a beautiful masterpiece. Acceptance is not about erasing or altering the lines already drawn by life, but using them as a foundation upon which you build your unique masterpiece. Remember, acceptance is not a one-time act. It's a continual process of growth and understanding. It's about learning to dance in the rain rather than waiting for the storm to pass. It's about cherishing the journey even when the path is rough. Embracing acceptance empowers you to live in the present moment, rather than being tangled in the what-ifs of the future or the should-haves of the past. It allows you to experience life more deeply, more vividly. After all, life unfolds in the present. The past is but a memory, and the future is but a figment of imagination. Acceptance is a powerful tool for fostering resilience. It allows you to weather the storms of life with grace and courage. It helps you bounce back from setbacks and emerge stronger. As we wrap up this discussion on acceptance, I urge you to take a moment and reflect. Identify the things in your life that are beyond your control. Can you accept them as they are? Can you adjust your sails to work with the wind rather than against it? Remember, the power to create a fulfilling and peaceful life lies within you. Acceptance is the key that unlocks this power. So embrace it, practice it, make it a part of your life, and step into a world of serenity and strength. As we journey further into these transformative strategies, let's pause for a moment. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. I invite you to affirm to yourself, I am enough just as I am. Repeat it, feel it, believe it, because this brings us to the next profound component of our exploration, realizing your own worth. In this age of digital dominance, where our lives are often dictated by the number of likes or shares we get on social media, we may find our self-esteem wavering. Our worth may feel tied to the brand of clothes we wear, the type of car we drive, or the job title we carry. But what we need to remember, what we need to deeply engrave in our minds and hearts, is that none of these external factors define us. Our true worth is intrinsic, inherent, and unchangeable. It's woven into the fabric of our being. It's reflected in the kindness we show towards others, the courage we exhibit in the face of trials, the resilience we demonstrate when life throws curveballs our way. Our worth is in our ability to love and to be loved. It's in our capacity to learn, to grow, and to transform. To realize your own worth is to acknowledge that you are unique, valuable, and irreplaceable. Remember, there's no one else like you in the universe. That in itself is miraculous and signifies your endless worth. Realizing this truth is like finding a compass within yourself, guiding you towards self-confidence, fearlessness, and purpose. Once you understand your worth, you'll stop settling for less than you deserve. You'll stop entering into relationships that drain you, jobs that suppress you, and situations that diminish you. You'll start demanding respect, not arrogantly, but assertively, knowing that you are entitled to it. Realizing your own worth is like finding a key to an inner treasure chest. It will unlock self-respect, self-appreciation, and self-love. You'll start taking care of your physical health, mental well-being, and spiritual growth. You'll start living a life that is aligned with your values and aspirations. Now, I understand this might seem like a tall order, especially for those of you who have been used to living under the shadows of self-doubt. But remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. It starts with one small affirmation a day, one small act of self-love a day, and one small step towards self-improvement a day. Before we move forward, I urge you to hit that subscribe button. This journey we're on is not a short sprint, but a marathon. By subscribing, you're ensuring that you stay connected and committed to this transformative journey. So, let's continue this journey together, evolving, growing, and becoming the best versions of ourselves. You are worth it, and it's time you realized that. Step into your worth, step into your power, and let's navigate this world with the understanding that we are, indeed, limitless. As we continue this journey of self-discovery and personal transformation, we arrive at a pivotal point: the cultivation of inner tranquility. This Stoic strategy is often overlooked in our fast-paced, goal-oriented society. Yet, it stands as a beacon of light towards a balanced and meaningful life. In the seemingly relentless rush of modern life, we often find ourselves surrounded by chaos, both outside and within. Our minds are perpetually buzzing with a cacophony of thoughts, worries, and anxieties. We're constantly being pulled in 100 different directions, and often, we lose sight of our inner peace. But, cultivating inner tranquility isn't about escaping this chaos. It's about creating a serene space within it where our minds can breathe, thrive, and harness their true potential. The first step to cultivating inner tranquility is awareness. It's about recognizing the noise that clouds our minds and acknowledging that we have the power to silence it. It's about understanding that our thoughts and emotions are transient, and we are not defined by them. They are like clouds that pass by in the sky. You observe them, but you do not become them. The second step is mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the now. Often, our minds are either regretting the past or worrying about the future, and in the process, we miss out on the beauty of the present moment. Mindfulness brings us back to the here and now. It anchors our minds, giving them a grounding point amidst the storm. Whether it's through meditation or simply paying undivided attention to your daily tasks, mindfulness is a skill that can be honed with consistent practice. The third step is acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means understanding that there are certain things beyond our control. We cannot control the weather, the traffic, or the actions of others. But we can control our reactions to them. When we accept things as they are, we free our minds from unnecessary stress and agitation. The final step is self-compassion. In our journey towards inner tranquility, there will be times when we falter. But instead of being hard on ourselves, we need to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we'd extend to a dear friend. Cultivating inner tranquility is not a one-time task. It's a lifelong endeavor. It's a journey towards a destination that constantly moves further, encouraging us to explore deeper layers of our consciousness. But every step we take brings us closer to a more peaceful, balanced, and fulfilling life. In this chaotic world, a tranquil mind is indeed a superpower. It's the key that unlocks the door to a life lived consciously, deeply, truly. It is the pathway to achieving our limitless potential. So, let's make the choice today to tread this path, to quieten the noise, and to let our minds experience the symphony of silence. Let's cultivate inner tranquility. So, we've explored the power of perspective, discovered the strength in dispassion, learned to accept what we can't change, realized our inner worth, and found tranquility in the midst of chaos. The journey thus far has been enriching, isn't it? Now, let's move on to our next strategy, often overlooked yet undeniably crucial. Time. Just a four-letter word, and yet it holds immense power. We are all familiar with the sayings, time heals all wounds, time is money, and so on. But, have we ever paused to reflect on what they truly mean? To understand the value of a year, ask a student who just failed their grade. To recognize the value of a month, ask a mother who gave birth to a premature baby. To appreciate the value of a minute, ask someone who missed their train. Yes, time is invaluable, yet we often fail to realize its worth. Consider this. We all have 24 hours in a day, but why do some people achieve more than others? Is it because they are more intelligent? More talented? Or is it simply because they know how to utilize their time effectively? The answer is often the latter. They understand that time is the most important resource they have, one that cannot be replenished or regained. Once lost, it's gone forever. Where do we typically spend our time? We invest hours scrolling through social media feeds, binge-watching TV shows, or engaging in idle chatter. We often find ourselves saying, "I wish I had more time to work out," or, "If only I had more time, I would learn a new language." The reality is, we all have enough time. What we lack is direction and discipline. So, how do we make the most of our time? Begin by setting clear, achievable goals. These could be related to your career, personal development, health, or relationships. Next, plan your days, weeks, and months in advance. Allocate specific time slots for different tasks. Prioritize important activities over urgent ones. This is commonly referred to as the Eisenhower principle. But managing time isn't just about work and productivity. It's about creating a life that is meaningful, fulfilling, and enjoyable. Yes, work towards your goals, but also make time for relaxation and recreation. Spend quality time with loved ones. Pursue a hobby. Read a book. Listen to music. Go for a walk in nature. Remember, time spent in joy is never wasted. Also, practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment. When you're eating, savor the flavors. When you're listening to music, feel the rhythm. When you're with someone, give them your undivided attention. By being fully present, you're truly living each moment, and thereby honoring your time. Valuing time requires a shift in mindset. It's about understanding that every second counts and making conscious choices that reflect this understanding. When you start valuing time, you'll notice a significant improvement in your productivity, efficiency, and overall quality of life. You'll become more focused, more disciplined, and more driven. In essence, time is life. To value time is to value life. Let's remember this as we move forward on our journey to becoming limitless. As we navigate through this journey of self-discovery and personal development, we have reached a pivotal turning point, a fundamental principle that has the power to profoundly transform your life. This principle is humility, an often overlooked virtue in our competitive and fast-paced world. Yet, it's a virtue that can unlock the door to limitless learning and growth. setting you on the path to becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine climbing a mountain. The higher you ascend, the more panoramic the view. But the moment you stop climbing, thinking you've reached the peak, your view becomes static. The same applies to the mountain of knowledge and personal development. If you believe you've learned all there is to learn or achieved all there is to achieve, you've essentially stopped climbing. You've settled for a static view. Humility is what keeps you climbing, keeps you learning, keeps you growing. The world is a vast library of knowledge. Every person you meet, every experience you encounter is a book in that library, filled with lessons waiting to be learned. But to access that knowledge, you must first acknowledge that you don't know everything. This acknowledgement is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it's a sign of strength, a sign of wisdom. It's the realization that every moment of life holds the potential for growth. When you embrace humility, you open your mind to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. It's like walking through a door into a world of limitless possibilities. You become a lifelong learner, constantly expanding your knowledge, honing your skills, enriching your life. Humility allows you to accept your mistakes, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones to success. It helps you listen better, understand more deeply, and connect more authentically with others. It gives you the resilience to rise every time you fall, the courage to push beyond your comfort zone, the determination to keep chasing your dreams, no matter the odds. But humility isn't just about personal growth. It's also about contributing to the growth of others. When you're humble, you recognize that everyone has something valuable to offer, and you appreciate and learn from their contributions. You empower others to shine, to grow, to reach their full potential. In doing so, you not only enrich your own life but also make a positive impact on the lives of those around you. In our quest for success and achievement, let's not forget this powerful virtue. Let's remember that the journey to becoming the best version of ourselves is a journey of continuous learning, a journey that requires the humility to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers and the readiness to learn, grow, and evolve. So, let's put on our learner's hat, open the doors of our mind, and embrace the virtue of humility. Let's become the lifelong students of this vast library called life, and let's embark on this exciting journey of limitless learning and growth. Remember, the sky is not the limit. Your mind is. And by embracing humility, you unlock the power of your mind, break the shackles of complacency, and step into the realm of the limitless.